Saul came seeking answers. The prophet Samuel appeared from beyond the grave, and the answer was death. Tomorrow, the king and his sons would die.
My lord, you must rise. We have to leave this place.
No, it is over. Let me die here.
Saul lay on the cold cave floor, unable to move. It wasn't physical weakness that paralyzed him. It was the knowledge. Tomorrow, everything would end. His kingdom, his sons, his life. He had eaten nothing for a day and a night. But what was food to a dead man? My lord, please, you must rise. We need to go, says one of the servants. The woman watched in silence. This was Saul, the king who had hunted her kind, who had driven mediums into hiding, who had made her life one of fear and secrecy. But looking at him now, broken, condemned, utterly alone, she saw not a king, but simply a man who would not see another sunrise. Look, your servant has obeyed you. I took my life in my hands and did what you told me to do. Now please listen to your servant. Let me give you some food so you may eat and have the strength to go on your way, says the witch. It was the last thing anyone expected. The witch showing mercy, offering kindness to the man who had once been her enemy. I will not eat, says Saul. What was the point? Food could not change tomorrow. Strength could not alter destiny. Samuel had spoken, and Samuel's words were the words of God. My lord, please, you must eat. You listened to me and risked your life. Now listen to me again. You need strength for what comes next. Together, the servants and the witch, they urged him, not because food would save him, but because even a condemned man deserves dignity. Even the dying deserve care. The woman rose and went to work. She had a fattened calf at her house. She slaughtered it. She took flour and kneaded it, preparing unleavened bread, bread made without waiting for it to rise. There was no time for rising. There was no time for anything.
Gently now, watch his head.
He is so heavy. Look how pale he is.
Meanwhile, the servants lifted their king. Slowly, carefully, they raised him from the ground and helped him sit against the cave wall. He did not resist. He did not speak. He simply allowed it. When the food was ready, she brought it to him. Bread, still warm, meat, carefully prepared. She set it before him, this witch, this woman of forbidden arts, and waited. Saul ate, not because he was hungry, not because he wanted to, but because a dead man walking needs strength for his final journey. This was his last supper, prepared by the hands he had once condemned, eaten in a cave he would have once raided, shared with the very people he had persecuted. As the first hint of dawn touched the horizon, Saul rose. He had eaten, he had rested, not in peace, but in resignation. Now it was time. The witch watched from her doorway as they left. No words were spoken. What was there to say? She had shown mercy to a king. He walked toward his death. And by tomorrow's end, she would be the only one left alive to remember this night. Saul walked toward Mount Gilboa, toward the Philistine army, toward the battle he knew he would not survive. The prophet had spoken. Tomorrow would come, and with it, the fulfillment of every word.
Final episode, the prophecy fulfilled. Tomorrow came, and with it,
death.